Hi, it's Elder, and in this video I want to share with you my favorite new features of Blocs 3. If you don't know what it is, Blocs is a visual web design app for Mac which lets you build beautiful websites without knowing how to code. I have been using it for a few years, and even though I don't know HTML, CSS, PHP or any other design language, I was able to create over 100 beautiful and responsive websites from scratch, all without knowing how to code. So Blocs 3 has a lot of new features, and if you want to see a list of all of them, you can go to my blog and check out the latest blog post where I put together a list of all new improvements and new features of Blocs 3. Big features are noticeable right away and they're great, they improve your workflow. But sometimes even the small features and little improvements are making a lot of difference. So in this video I want to share with you my top 6 favorite new features of Blocs 3, regardless of whether they are big or not. These are the ones I use all the time. So the first one is custom classes and how they work in Blocs 3. So let's say I have this blue button custom class here and I want to change the color to purple but leave everything like text and size as it was for blue. But as you can see, I can't change just the color because this custom class applies to all other elements. So basically I need to remove that and create a new custom class just for this button. There's an easy way to do that in Bloc 3 now, because if we open custom class manager, we can first search for custom classes now like this, and we can check that this is the custom class we want. We can duplicate it, and when we do, it appears at the end of the list. We can open it, we can rename it to whatever we want. So let's make it purple button, and let's make an adjustments we want to have here. So for example, we will change the color to purple. And now if we go back and add this custom class to our button, we will have just the color applied and everything else like fonts, size and margins all the same as this blue button. Next are block and brick bars. As you can see, if we press the plus button here, we have this new block bar, which easily allow us to choose from or even search for the blocks we want. And blocks are the sections of the website in Blocs. So here we can, for example, search for pricing, and as you can see, we can easily edit. So these are the block bar, and let's see what brick bar looks like. So let's add the simple block, and inside here we have this plus button, and if we click on it we have this beautiful brick bar. And bricks are the elements in blocks, of course. So we can change the size of this brick bar. For example, 3 rows looks perfect to me, and from here we can add any element we want. So the next is scroll effects, and as you can see, I already have a few of them applied to my website like this. They're kind of sliding in from the sides and from the bottom. And let's say I want to add more sliding or whatever effects to these 3 elements. So I have 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3. So let's say I want for this one to slide from the one side, for the right one slide from the other side, and for the middle one slide from the bottom. So let's go to preview mode to see what we have now. And as you can see, now we have this sliding effect. The next feature is Layer Navigator, and it is basically this sidebar which allows us to see at once all of the elements we have positioned on our page. So for example, this block, this column, and we have this text and headings inside this column, inside this row, and this row is located inside the block we have here, right? So there is some elements, for example container, which we cannot touch so we don't mess our project, but these other elements we can do whatever we want with them. For example, we can drag one element and move it to other place very easily. We can also, for example, duplicate them using Command D like that, or we can use Command Delete to get rid of the elements. Just select it in the sidebar and press Command Delete. So layer 3 is really useful when you want to change some of the elements on our website. And the next feature is freehand classes, and let's say we want to move this image and this heading a little bit down. So before we would have to create a custom class and edit the margin manually, Now what we can do is select this row. Let's select this row. We can do that actually in the layer tree like this. And then when we press shift, we can just drag it down like that. And the important thing here, if we switch to other breakpoint and do the same, we can go back and see that all of the changes are specific to the breakpoint we're editing in. So basically what it does, it creates a custom class automatically, and it allows us to change the attributes of this custom class using just shift and our mouse. I think it's very, very powerful when you want to create specific layout for your page. And finally, my favorite feature in Blocs 3 is automatic width and offset adjustment tool for columns. So each column has this square on the right and this bar on the left, and they let us adjust the number of columns. So in total we have 12, and if we want to have a full screen block or full screen column, we need to drag this to make it 12 width and drag the left control to make it offset 0. So 12 0 will give us the full column. So let's say we want to have the 6 for the width, so we will have the half screen element here, and we will have it positioned to the center, so 3 offset on each side. And it will look like this, but if we want to change it for other breakpoint, we can do that, and all of the changes will be specific to the breakpoint we are editing at the moment. So we can do that for the medium size as well. So for example, let's make it a little bit narrower, but locate it, position it into the center. And for the mobile, we will have full screen. And all of these changes are breakpoint specific, so we can build the beautiful layouts for each of the breakpoints we have. So these are my favorite new features of Blocs 3, and that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.